This episode of the Redefining Health podcast is brought to you by my program, The Nourish Lab, a one-stop shop for you to learn how to quit dieting, heal your body image, and learn how to nourish your body without obsessing over every little thing. When you join, you can do choose your own adventure style learning, whether you're looking to work on your relationship with food or have a better relationship with your body. If you're ready to get to the root of why you feel so crazy around food, eat with confidence, and know that you never have to diet again, come join us. Visit victoria-yates.com/The Nourish Lab for more details and to join. Welcome to the Redefining Health podcast. This is the place to be if you're fed up with dieting and looking for a new perspective. Here we talk about all things intuitive eating, body image, health without obsession, and so much more. I'm your host, Victoria Yates, registered nurse, health coach, and certified intuitive eating counselor, here to show you that you don't need a diet to be healthy. Here on the show, you'll learn how to work with your body's biology and get off the constant ups and downs of dieting. So are you ready? Let's redefine what healthy looks like. Hello, friend. Welcome to another episode of the Redefining Health podcast. If you missed it, last week, I shared about our new name and what brought about this change. And I'm so excited to just jump into this conversation talking about why focusing on weight is keeping you stuck. This is something that we've talked about maybe a bit more indirectly here on the podcast, but I wanted to have an episode where we could really talk about weight and intuitive eating because I'd say that this is the most misunderstood concept within intuitive eating. Before we jump in, I want to quickly just say, if you have been enjoying the podcast, if it has been brought meaning to your life, if it's been meaningful and you've appreciated it, if you have learned something from it, I would so appreciate for you to take a moment and just leave a written or a 5-star rating and a written review. This is just so helpful for me and helpful for the podcast to move up in the ranking. So take a moment, leave a 5-star rating, leave a written review, and thanks so much. So with intuitive eating, we talk about putting weight on the back burner. Now, some people take this to mean that we just don't worry about weight. We don't talk about weight, that you can't even desire to lose weight at all. And I personally don't see it this way. And I know too that this was not the intention when the founders of the intuitive eating movement, Evelyn Tribole and Elise Resch, first said this. What we mean when we talk about putting weight on the back burner is this. You can acknowledge however you feel about your weight. You can desire for your weight to be different even. But we want to not let weight loss be the main focus. And I'll explain why in a minute. When I work with clients, I want the space that I provide to be welcoming of whatever thoughts and feelings that you have with weight. And I want to encourage you to do the same. And so we can acknowledge whatever that is, whatever you're feeling. But we don't want to work towards weight loss as our main goal or even a goal at all in the beginning. Just think about it for a second. When you've gone on a diet before and you've focused on weight loss, how did that impact how you ate, what you ate, how you exercised, how you thought about food, and how you thought about your body? You probably ate based on a number of calories you allowed yourself to eat instead of your hunger and fullness. You probably focused on burning calories and let that goal dictate how you exercised. You probably thought about food as something to control and had a not so great view of your body. And if you didn't see your weight going where you wanted, it's really tempting to just throw the towel, right? And just totally give up. Focusing on weight is what keeps you dieting. The definition of dieting is literally to manage your consumption of food and drink in order to change your weight, right? So they're one and the same, focusing on losing weight and dieting. And I've talked in the past about what happens when you diet. And to sum it up here, when you diet, your body literally doesn't know the difference between dieting and legit starvation. They are one and the same. So as a way of your body trying to protect you, Your desire to eat increases, your hunger drive increases, hormones that influence your eating increase, you think about food more, your metabolism decreases, and your desire to exercise decreases. Again, this is all your body's way of just protecting you because it's like, I need food to survive. I don't have enough energy, so I'm going to increase all of the things that are going to lead me to be more inclined to eat food and then conserve energy by decreasing my metabolism and decreasing my energy. Maybe you can start to piece some things together, thinking about the last time that you dieted and see where some of this happened in your own body, right? But that's kind of a different thing here. But I wanted to be sure to say here that focusing on weight loss is dieting, and our body is going to act the same way. So even if we try to eat intuitively, but we're still focusing on weight loss, that's where intuitive eating becomes just like any other diet. And this is also why intuitive eating actually works and why it's so different from every other diet you've done, because we don't focus on weight loss as the main goal. So when you are focusing on weight loss, it is absolutely impossible to eat intuitively. It really is, because you're inevitably going to use external factors like calories, macros, your weight even, to influence how you eat, instead of what we want with intuitive eating is to clear out all the external factors so that you can focus on the internal influencers like hunger, fullness, satisfaction. This is a lot of what I do with clients, is trying to really just clear out all of that diet external influences so that we can really tap into our intuition with food. So that is why we want to focus on putting weight loss on the back burner. It's not to say that you can't desire weight loss. It's not to say that you can't desire your body to be different. It's not to say that you can't talk about your weight, wanting your weight to be different. But can you put that desire on the back burner? Can you put it aside and find some other goals to be your main focus that are going to help to cultivate a better relationship with food and your body? And maybe even it's helpful to say, let's address the weight loss later. Right now, I want your focus to be on the relationship that you have with food. And focusing on weight is going to deter from that. So let's do everything we can to focus on your relationship with food. So I want to give you a few practical next steps to practice this that will set you up for success with intuitive eating when it comes to not focusing on weight. So I have 3 things for you. Number 1, kind of obvious, stop weighing yourself. If you have been trying to practice intuitive eating, but you've been still weighing yourself every morning, that is really, really, really going to hinder your ability to eat intuitively. Like I said before, it is literally impossible to eat intuitively while you're focusing on your weight. Literally impossible. So if that means going outside, throwing your scale in the trash, giving it to a friend, having your significant other or your roommate hide it for you, whatever it takes, I want you to stop weighing yourself. Number 2, get rid of old clothes that no longer fit you and wear clothes that do fit you. This is another way that I see a lot of people trying to, it's almost like another way of weighing themselves, of just using old clothes to kind of measure where their body is compared to where they used to be. I want you to get rid of those. I know that these are not easy next steps, but I promise that they will serve you if you are wanting to eat intuitively and be totally done with dieting. It's not to say that, your body is going to stay like this forever. Our bodies are always changing, but it's really important for you to feel comfortable in your body right now as you are working towards making peace with where you are right now and not focusing on weight and focusing on other factors. The third tip I have for you is to create an intuitive eating body positive bubble for yourself. And I talk about this a lot because it's so important. We literally are we become who we hang out with. Maybe you've heard that before, and it's so true here, where you want to literally create an influence around you that is going to promote the person that you want to be and the relationship with food in your body that you want to have. And so maybe that means clearing out your social media feed, unsubscribing from podcasts and email newsletters, whatever it's going to take to clear out those diety messages, and then fill in and kind of create this bubble for yourself where you are seeing intuitive eating messages, body positive messages day in, day out. That's all you see. It is literally so, so important. So I will say, I know that this is so counterculture. I mean, there's literally nothing out there that says, don't even worry about your weight. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, again, that you can't think about weight loss, or have that desire, but can you put that just on the back burner? Can you find something else to focus on? Trust me with this, that this is what is going to get you unstuck. If you've been practicing intuitive eating for a while and you feel like you haven't really been making progress, but you're still weighing yourself, that could be what's keeping you stuck. So give these couple things a try. Practice just not focusing on weight loss and focusing on something else. And I promise you're going to see such improvement. So if you want to go a little bit deeper on this, you have questions, feel free to send me an email. You can email me hello@victoria-yates.com. And you can also send me a DM if you like to hang out on Instagram. I'm over there at nondiet_RN. Feel free to come over, ask any questions. If you want to go deeper, if you want to learn more about anything, I would love to connect with you. All right, so that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something, and I'm cheering you on. So hope you have a great week, and we'll talk next week. If you loved this podcast, be sure to follow. And if you're feeling super awesome, leave a rating and a review. You can also go to victoria-yates.com and join us in one of our life-changing programs. Until next time, I hope you have an amazing week.